Alright, so welcome back to the Wild Beyond the Witchlight, everybody. It's nice to be your DM again, and if I don't say this enough, thank you for supporting by proxy, meaning for volunteer in all the schools we have abroad. That is great, but I've done something slightly wrong. There we go. Yeah, so last time you left the region of Tither with chaos in your wake. The granny took off on a broom, or actually on a rocking horse. Where did she go? Don't know. But you arrived in the Yoon, and I'll just remind you what you see before. So, arrival in Yoon. And by the way, I told Connor, but they released the sound set for Yoon just today. So, perfect timing for the sound effects. So, arrival in Yoon. You stand on a path that winds between rocky crags on a mountainside. The sky is dark and full of roiling thunderclouds, and you are greeted by a howling wind. For a second, lightning splits the sky, striking nearby mountaintops and illuminating a distant castle that has a foreboding castle carved upon it. And actually, I'll give you a... Since it was illuminated, this is the castle you saw just illuminated in the by the lightning. But you are down here. What would you like to do?
Trace is going to look up and go, oh, there's a lot more stars in this place.
Oh yeah, you can see the stars.
Lots of them. I think I can read something maybe.
Read the stars? How can you read something that you look upon?
I think they're giving me a message. I don't know. Today might go good or bad, I'm not sure. I will have to ask the stars again. Malcolm?
You want me to roll it, or do you want to roll it?
I can roll, I guess. A D2 then, I guess.
Oh, yep. Yeah. Oh, any dice will technically do.
So 1 for wheel, 2 for woe.
Whoa, so when you is about to make a saving, you can use your... Okay. Alright.
I think I know how to use that. I shall keep that for later. Stars are telling me something.
Do we see any other creatures around, or is it just us on this abandoned bridge?
Make a perception check.
There'll be the little oil can with us.
Yeah, the little oil can wishes you luck, squirt, and then sends you, and then goes back to Tither, because he wants to go back with the will of the Feywild. So Squirt returns back to Tither as you guys look into Yoon. Matilda, you do see something. You do see, kind of more towards the end of this bridge here. You see two figures standing on an outcrop of a rock. And they're kind of outlined on the stormy sky. I'd say with a 21... You can tell one is a very slender figure, like very thin, and the other one almost looks like a flower. And as the lightning illuminates it, you can swear you see the flower walk a little bit as well, as if it has some type of motion to it. They don't appear to have noticed you yet.
There's a flower and a slender guy over there. Do you think they're friend or foe? This landscape seems kind of spooky and foreboding.
Flowers are always friendly.
Not always. They can be poisonous. But that make them taste better. But
But that's just self-defense mechanism.
that's true.
By the way, guys, Squirt went away, so I don't think we can leave this place.
Well, I guess we'll have to find Sibylna or Elidon's horde or Elidon himself.
Mm.
We always find a way. We have so far.
It seems like we only have one way to go now. One possible direction.
Yeah, I think we should go say hello to your flower.
By the way, we've run into one of these kidnappers now. Do you think we'll run into others or this Dandelion here?
Maybe.
Who knows? This is a strange place. We might meet them.
The lightning before struck a castle over there. That's probably where she is.
It's a long way up.
Matilda and Kuhn, you have a nagging sensation that things that you have lost are here somewhere. It's almost like this little scratch at the back of your mind. You know, the things that you lost are around here somewhere, but beyond that, you have no idea. But you know they're somewhere here.
In the castle.
I have a feeling like this is where I'll find what I lost. And then I look over the edge of the highway that we're on and say, and if I'm not careful, I'll lose more than 3 inches here. And I move more to the center of the road.
Just scream out if you tumble over the edge. I'll try to catch you.
Thank you. Same goes for the others. I have a spell that might slow down our fall, just in case.
And then I can fly over and make you fly as well.
That should be fun. But let's try not to fall in the first place.
Yeah, that's probably the best.
Shall we go meet the flower and its companion?
Yeah, I guess so. By the way, Malcolm, did you say anything special about this thing? A star or sun or a maze?
You watch it for a second. Well, it disappeared once the lightning flashed. But then another stab of lightning comes just as you're wondering what's going on. And it kind of hits that thing, lights up, and almost as if electrical energy is being discharged into that item. So almost like some type of lightning rod.
Yeah. Is it possible to see from this distance what it's made of? Some kind of metal or something?
It was only illuminated when the lightning hit, so you don't actually see it at the moment.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Looking at the mist below, is it similar to the one we saw in the swamp earlier?
Yes, it's a very similar kind of characteristic.
To be honest, when we went in the mist and didn't know where we were going, we ended up back in the place we came from. So if we fall off here, it may shoot us back up.
And you can't help but notice is that the bridge you're on now is very similar to the bridge that was in the very first place you went to, Hither, I forget which one. Looks very similar to that.
The Queen's Highway, or I think it was called.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like, just as a
Well, I
reminder, this is what it looked like. So it looks very similar to this Queensway here.
Yeah. Queensway.
Okay, let's get back to Yoon.
Is there a lot of fog around this bridge, or what's highway thing?
You can't actually see the bottom.
Okay. Can I try to cast light to see if it will help illuminate some of the fog to make it easier to see where we're going?
Sure. So you cast light, and you're sending it down basically into the fog.
Yeah, I guess I can just place it in my hand or something to just try to illuminate where we're going. Or
It helps,
I think-
but just a little bit. Like the fog is kind of naturally diffusing the light, so it helps, but only a little bit. It doesn't, extend out
yeah.
as much as you'd expect it to.
Okay. I guess if it's helping a little bit, it's better than nothing. So
Definitely
I'll stick
helping.
to it.
I could make myself a beacon of light.
Well, if some light is helping, maybe even more light will help even more. So
Maybe. I think if it becomes a problem, but I can see far enough ahead of me that I can see danger. If there is any.
maybe we all also should try to tie ourselves with a rope. So if one of us falls, hopefully not me, then we can try to stabilize each other.
If you fall, we all fall.
Yeah, but I can fly in worst case.
That's true.
me and Matilda can cast spells that will slow our fall, so
So it's
the rope
just me
might
who
get in the
dies.
way.
I don't even think I have any rope anymore.
I never had any to begin with, so if maybe anyone else has it.
Who are you? Show yourself!
Hello.
It's not like we're hiding, we're right here.
You literally cast a bright light. It's hard to miss. Who are you? Show yourself! Demand to know who you are. And what you see...
Direction.
Okay, walking in their direction's cool. So, what? Actually, there's a piece of art here, I think. What you see is this. And, so it's about 3 foot tall dandelion, small rapier, as you can see in the artwork, and a honeybee the size of an orange buzzes around the dandelion's bright head. And there's also a slender female elf wearing a crescent moon mask on her face. And the elf is kind of hiding as best she can. She's much taller than the dandelion. But the dandelion's... We want no wickedness here. Who are you? Show yourself! Are you honourable creatures? What do you have to say for yourself?
We're definitely not wicked. We're far from wicked.
Are you here for Pollyanna? I will not give her up. Not on my life.
That's a Pollyanna.
And with rapier in one hand, and hand, I guess, is the best word to describe what it's using. With its other hand, it points to, with its other leaf, it points to the honeybee buzzing around his head.
And I'll just stand there with my arms out, with like all the, I presume, the fireflies are still flying around me.
Yeah. Yes, they are.
Yeah. Look, I'm a friend of insects.
With that, the dandelion lowers its swords just a little bit and eyes you suspiciously.
I'll join him and I'll say, I'll also like have my hands away from my body, like a friendly gesture. We mean you no harm. We're just travelers. We just arrived here, and we are on a quest to look for something we've lost. We, could we perhaps sit down and talk? Maybe share some information?
Tell me more about this quest. Just looking for a lost thing? You're here to flee Zablina. Make a persuasion check if you'd be so kind. Astreus? Yes.
Can he get advantage because I'm there talking with him?
Sure.
I definitely need it. So I guess I'll just roll normal
Yes.
again.
You want Zablina back? How on earth do you plan to get Zablina back? This land has been cursed.
We know how to fix it, I think.
Keep talking.
I'm gonna say to the others, they seem like, the honorable, I'm a good guy persons, don't they? They seem trustworthy to you guys.
Can I make an insight check?
You can. They seem trustworthy. They do seem like honorable creatures. And you think that this place has kind of gotten to them. Like, yes, they're honorable, but they're in a dark place and they're not really willing to trust people just off the bat.
Can I tell if they actually want to freeze Zablina, or are they just testing us?
And they'd like to flee Zablina, but they think it's an impossible task.
Well, we've met Scapata and Pavlorna, and we've foiled their plans. I don't think we're in their good graces at the moment. And I think we hope that the answer lies with their third sister, not Adeline, no. Oh. Checking
Dandelion?
notes.
There's
Dandelion, yeah.
Well,
We heard that we might need a unicorn's horn in order to break the spell that's holding Zabilna prisoner.
Yeah, and they used magic from something called Igilv's Cauldron to do that, and they're sort of frozen in time, I think.
well, let me put it this way. Anyone who has become an enemy, would that be fair, of the two sisters? You do not leave on good terms?
We're
we
definitely
did
an
not.
enemy of the last one. Who was her name?
Yeah, she probably really wants to kill us.
We destroyed her business and set free all of her children that she had as prisoners. Slaves rule.
Anybody who has made an enemy of the sisters, anybody who has freed those poor lost children, are a friend of mine. But this is not the place to talk. There are eyes and ears everywhere. Please, follow me. Do you follow?
Yeah.
I'll happily follow
Sure.
straight away.
So they lead you down the...
I'll try stroke the bee as I go.
Do not touch Pollyanna! It is my sacred duty to protect her. She is my love. Do not be so presumptuous.
I just wanted to stroke.
Do not touch Pollyanna. I cannot make myself clearer. She is a precious, precious creature, and she means everything to me. I will not have your hands upon her.
Okay.
Do I understand correctly? Are you bisexual?
Ooh.
It's just
Sorry.
a joke.
It's hard for the DM to recover from that.
I make a living making jokes.
That was a good one. You can have DM inspiration for that if you don't have it already. You broke the DM. Bisexual.
And I'll whisper and I'll go, it's not brought us anything good so far. It gets us in more trouble than nothing, to be honest. But he's funny.
That's so let me check something.
I should have given him a damn flower to Shubby.
I'm not sure what the term bisexual means, but Pollyanna is indeed my love. She is a vision in stripes, and it is her, the protection of her, and my true love of her that compels me. She is my love, and I am hers.
Oh, this is just like in the books I read. A real proper fairy tale. This is nice.
Yes. So, please. Now, we're in a dangerous place. There are many, many dangers here. I will lay down my own. I will lay down my body and die if it means the Pollyanna survives. So, I don't know you very well yet, Furbolg. So once again, keep your hands off her.
Okay.
And with that, the elf is just hiding behind and not saying very much at the moment. Can you all actually make... Oh, so it's a history check. Make me a history check.
Come on, Matilda.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. So I'm not sure if history is quite the right check, but that's the one I went with. So you look at this... It's an elf. And she's wearing a crescent moon mask. And you remember seeing, all the way back in the big top, a similar looking elf. In fact, the more you look at this elf, the more it looks like this elf you saw under the big top. And you could swear that they're not only maybe sisters, but maybe even twin sisters as well. They look that similar. The only real difference you noticed, though, is the elf that was in the big top had a sun for a face, like a mask that looked like a sun. Well, this one has a mask that looks like a moon. But apart from that, they look dead similar. And you did notice that the other elf in the big top wasn't actually performing. She was just watching from the sidelines. And that's what you get for Matilda's 25. And you start looking closely at this elf as well, and you can't notice that when lightning occasionally lights up the sky, that you can't help but notice she doesn't actually have a shadow. She's shadowless. So when the lightning cracks across the sky, you all cast shadows in an appropriate way, but she is completely without a shadow. As I said, she's very quiet, hiding behind the dandelion as best she can, even though she's significantly taller.
He's definitely a ghost.
Mr. Your love is Pollyanna, but what's your name, Mr.
Oh, my apologies. My name is Amidor. And this is Gleam, by the way. Say hi, Gleam. Oh, hello. I'm Gleam. And she kind of ducks back a bit again.
Hello.
Hi there.
Nice to meet you. Our names are... I'm Hoof.
Hoof?
This little goblin is Hildra. And these are Star and Id.
But I'm also known as Astraeus.
Oh, Yes. Many names, that is fine. Now, you seem like you are the nicest person I've met in this realm. You don't seem to be under any type of curses or anything. There's nothing outwardly wrong with you. And Pollyanna has taught me many things. One thing she has taught me is trust. And I feel you guys are trustworthy. I feel I can trust you. So might I beseech you for your help?
Pollyanna.
No.
Okay. But she's so fluffy.
Oh, she is fluffy. She's a vision in stripes, is she not? I'm quite smitten, and I am protective, but that is my right. But might I beseech you for some help?
What do you need help with?
Well, of course, in this realm that we are, even though Zyblina has left, her rules of reciprocation are still in place. If you agree to help me, I agree to act as your guide during this place. I know this place better than anything. But let me tell you what I need help with. Me and my beloved Pollyanna are actually on the run from a beekeeper. Me and the beekeeper cross paths when I was with Gleam here. And the elf has agreed to help me, and I've agreed to help her. And if you agree to help us keep Pollyanna safe from the beekeeper, then I will act as your guide.
I don't see why not. I mean, we need to take care of our quest first, but it seems that would be easier to do with your help. So we're definitely we're going to help you in return, of course.
Who is this beekeeper? Is it a monstrous, scary beekeeper, or is it a scary person, or just a beekeeper?
The
My uncle was a beekeeper.
The beekeeper is large. In fact, large doesn't even begin to describe it. This beekeeper is huge, standing a good 15, 20 feet in the air from the ground. And it has one gigantic eye. If we come across the Beekeeper, we might need to run. Now, I am no mug with this rapier, but with the sheer size of this creature, we best turn and run, unless you have some other skills we can use. But we need to avoid the Beekeeper and keep Pollyanna safe at all costs.
Wow. Your uncle is sounding really weird, Astraeus.
Yeah. It's similar, but not quite the same.
Your uncle? You are related to this creature?
Is it a furbolg?
I've never seen a furbolg 20 feet high. And when I say one eye, I do not mean it's missing an eye. It has only one eye. It has always only had one eye. It's not missing an eye. It has one eye.
No, my uncle does have two eyes.
And I see your how tall you are, Astraeus, whatever your name is. This creature would tower over you 2-3 times your height.
What kind of weapons does it have? Have you ever heard of a Cyclops? Could this person be a Cyclops? Do you know what
Sounds
that
like a Cyclops to me.
is? It's really tall even for a Cyclops. I thought they were smaller.
Oh.
I'm not sure what size they are actually.
Didn't we see a Cyclops in the festival?
You did?
I won a staring competition against it.
Okay, that Cyclops that you saw was technically an illusion of a Cyclops. It wasn't actually a Cyclops.
Was it big nonetheless? Like huge
Nope.
or something?
It was human
Okay.
size.
Oh, okay.
Don't if you think you'd have heard about Cyclopses, make a nature check. I give you more information about Cyclops depending on your roll. 14, 19, 15. Yeah, Cyclopses. You did see that one, but this one, Cyclopses are generally giant-sized. Like, huge in terms of the D&D scale of things. So they would normally take up 3 squares on a battle map as opposed to 2 for large. So very, very tall. So perhaps,
Read the description.
yeah, according to what Amador told you, it very much matches the description of a Cyclops. And this Cyclops, Beekeeper, if that's what it is, he wields a great club, and he also carries around his beehive at the end of a long staff. So if we see it, we need to run. And if we can't run, negotiate. And if we can't negotiate, well, perhaps we're all dead.
Do the other bees need saving? The ones he keeps in the beehive.
They're not as magnificent, as beautiful, as an intelligence as Pollyanna. I don't think they would need saving per se.
All creatures are just as beautiful as each other.
Well, when you saw these hags, were they beautiful?
Yes. Although I'm starting to realize that I probably had a really weird upbringing. So
Well,
yeah.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. At least one of its eyes.
To
That's
be
true.
fair, I did say creatures, not beasts. Not monsters.
Well, I appreciate the sentiment, but I've seen some very, very ugly things. Pollyanna, though, she represents everything that is beautiful in this world.
This beekeeper, is he in the employ of Dandelion? Or is he
I don't
rogue
believe so. I
creature?
don't believe so.
In my experience, beekeepers are usually good people.
I admire your positivity, Star. That is something Pollyanna is trying to teach me every day. Now, there's something else. Perhaps you could help me. Well, not me particularly, but Gleam here. Perhaps, Gleam, you could share a little bit more about your problems? And Gleam kind of peeks out from behind Pollyanna. She's almost crouched down on her haunches. And she says, "Oh, no, it's okay. I don't want to bother these poor people. I'm sure they've got problems enough of their own."
You look kind of familiar, don't she? She looks like... You remember that girl with the sun mask? In the carnival?
You saw Glister?
I don't know if that was her name, but she had a mask similar to you, just in the shape of a sun, not a moon like you.
Oh, that is Glister. Oh, I miss her so much. I love my twin sister, Glister, with all my heart, but I just feel incomplete without her. Can you take me back? mean, people here, they're not nice to me. They don't trust creatures without their shadow, and without my shadow, people treat me poorly. But I would love to get my shadow back and perform
I
under
thought
the.
you were a ghost.
Oh, I'm not a ghost. Look, I'm
Why do
real.
you not have a shadow?
Oh, Indolent Moongrave, she snipped off my shadow with a pair of scissors.
Oh, well, we were already getting 2 things from her, so we can get a third.
Yeah, and when exactly did you see Glister?
I'm not sure. Passage of time is strange here, but some time ago we were in the Witchlight Carnival and we saw her attend one of the performances.
She was performing without me?
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
she
No,
wasn't
she was
performing.
just watching the other performances.
Oh, well, that's. Oh, I'm glad she's not performing without me. We make such a beautiful combination, the sun and the moon dancing between each other. But I don't think she's there anymore. I think, well, I know Indolent Moongrave has her now. It must have been. I mean, time is a bit fuzzy here. She's been in her capture for at least a couple of days, and if you've seen her, longer than a couple of days ago, then just recently. But I need to free my sister. Can you help me get my shadow back and free my sister? Please.
We're going to Endlin, but now that I look upon your mask, you don't travel through mirrors, do you?
Well, me and Glister were in the Hall of Illusions, and we were chasing after this little creature. Like, it looked like almost like a little girl, and she had a mask on, but it wasn't really a mask. It was like this pig's face, and she's.
I hate her.
I'm not. I don't like to use the word hate myself, but I strongly dislike her. She stole one of my shoes, and we chased after her, and we went through this mirror, and before I knew it, Glister was gone. Indolin cut my shadow, and I've lost my sister, and I've lost my shadow.
No, trust me,
Malcolm?
she definitely deserves the word hate.
Yeah.
Would I recognize, because I'm looking at my notes where I copy images that you post to the campaign, and does the mask on this gleam look similar to the creature that snatched Reuben's wife?
Okay.
Just thinking.
No, but I do have some art that might have come up later, but I'll show it to you anyway. This is what Gleam and Glister look like.
Oh, okay.
So very different.
Yeah, I was thinking of one of these hourglass Coven's thieves, and one of them.
Yeah, I remember there was
Reuben's
3 of them,
wife.
wasn't there?
Yeah, one of them had a moon mask, so I was thinking if that was perhaps
No.
this gleam or her shadow.
I didn't actually know this art was here, so I'm glad you asked me, because I did a random search to see if there was a picture of Gleam and Glister. So Gleam is obviously the top one with the moon mask, and Glister is the one below.
Okay.
So if you could
sorry,
help.
I must have mistaken you for some other, but I think I think we should be able to perhaps help you out. I mean, we've met others who had things stolen by these hourglass witches. So I wouldn't make a promise, but we would like to help you if we could, I think.
Oh, that would be wonderful. And Do you know how to get back to the carnival?
We're trying.
Okay, 'cause I want nothing more than to perform with Glister again under the big top. I mean, I'm shy and timid, but when we're on that stage, we dance and we glow and we play off each other, and it's a beautiful, beautiful dance. You can almost hear her voice getting more and more confident as she talks about, dancing with her sister. We become a thing of beauty, playing off each other, doing the dance of the light and the dance of the moonlight. It's beautiful, but as I said, I can't dance. And with this, Amador comes up. Well, no doubt, if we get Gleam and Glister together, that will be good. It would make them happy, make them dance, and we need more dancing in this world. But it goes deeper than that. Because Endlin Moongraves fears something above all else. And that's because she believes her own demise will occur during an eclipse. Now, if you look up in the sky, you'll see there is no moon over Yoon. And I think the hag assumes the eclipse will be a symbolic display rather than a literal one. And since these twins are the living embodiment of the moon and the sun, I think she is taking Glister away to keep these sisters separating. Because Glister and Gleam, sun and the moon, arranged in just the right direction would cause an eclipse. Now, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know if this is just Endlin being paranoid. But I think this is why she's keeping Glister, to keep her apart from Gleam, to keep the sun and the moon apart. Because that means an eclipse, and she fears her own demise will occur during an eclipse.
Gleam.
Yeah?
Gleam, if you know a way to make a mask look like your sister's mask, one of us could change ourselves to look like her.
Oh, we had the right materials, but there's nothing but rocks and sadness here. But that's a good idea. I could be the a moon, and if someone could be a sun, that would good. And Amador says, as I say, she thinks it's a symbolic thing. If you could be the sun and she could be the moon, well, perhaps.
Well, I can be a certain kind of star.
I
Yes.
can also create an illusion of a clouded sky, and as the clouds part, the light shines through and an eclipse happens with some illusion magic, just to make her really crap her pants.
Well, that is certainly worth a try. I know she's particularly good at seeing through illusions, but definitely worth a try. But star, you said, well, I guess it's in your name. You can become a sun, a star? How does that work?
I don't know how it works, to be honest, but it's usually when I get angry. I can go very... Well, I glow like a star.
May I see? I'll tell you what, if you want to do this, I won't count it against you. Because you've got a limited number. Do you have a limited number of starry forms?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. I'll give you this one for free if you want.
Okay. I'll just go. Okay, well, like I say, I usually do it when I'm angry, but I'll try. And yeah, I'll slowly but surely turn into my starry form.
Just before you do it, I'll kick you in the shins just to piss you off.
Oh! There we go. I go into a starry form at this point.
So with the light, do you literally like send out light, or is it just like do you have a light
Yeah,
radius
like
on?
a glow. I think it's 5-10 feet.
Well, that is mighty impressive, Star. I think I'll keep calling you Star because you do literally look like a star. Perhaps with this ability that you have and Gleam's help, maybe we could freak Endelin out. There.
Might be interesting.
Yeah. I like you, Estrace. You remind me of my sister. Now
I don't think I'm as cheery as your sister, but maybe.
well, you have a good heart. I can tell that, and she has a good heart. Now initially, it was both me and Glister who was captured, and I managed to get away, but I don't think Endelin was particularly concerned about that because we were separated and that's what she wanted. But I did manage to get away when I was a, quote, guest of her, and I learned a few things about this place. Would you like to know them?
Anything
Oh,
would
yeah.
help.
Well, these mountains, I guess, they don't type of mountains I like, are homes to a clan of Koreds, which are stout fey creatures. Sorry, it's going to get in the way. Stout creatures of the Fae who have very, very strong hair. Some say it's has a strength of iron. And the Koreds gather here at a place called Lockberry Hinge. I'm not sure what that's about. I just know they like to dance, strong hair, and they dance at Lockberry Hinge. She didn't speak very kindly of them, so I'm not sure. She wasn't fond of them, was the tone I got from here. I also learned, just listening in, using my ears, not my mouth, as my mother used to say, there's an elf here called Alagarthus. And Alagarthus, he made a bargain with Endelin. And now he's trapped in Yoon. He's at the Fey Beacons, searching for a way home. We could go to the Fey Beacons if you're interested. And there's also a bugbear here named Hurley. And Hurley made a... What? You know Hurley?
I know his brother Burley.
Oh! Burley's a bugbear as well?
Yes, I think
Oh.
so.
Oh. Well, Hurley's definitely a bugbear. But he's quite unhappy with how things played out with his deal. Now he's forced to perform this horrible theatre play that keeps Endelin amused. So day after day he's involved in this horrible play. But I know that Hurley is keen to get out and see his brother Burley, and it seems you know where Burley is. So I assume Hurley's at her castle, which she calls Motherhorn. So that what I learned, I hope that's going to be useful to you.
I thought you would know Burley. He works at the carnival as well.
Oh, you're right. I do know Burley. I forgot I used to work at the carnival. I know Burley. He's a good guy. Motherhorn. And you're a bit quiet there. I'm not sure what happened to your volume.
I was about to say that.
Oh, sorry, I put wireless headphones on. I'll try to increase the volume.
That's a bit better. Yeah, Motherhorn. I put it on the map up here. So, do you see it up there?
Ah, yes.
Yeah,
And
Motherhorn.
that's
Her horn.
that's
Oh,
her home. Is that the
Big.
home of Endlin?
yeah. Endelin lives at Motherhorn. Well, my primary objective here, says Amador, is to keep Pollyanna safe. But I don't think she can ever truly be safe until perhaps Endelin is not in control of this realm. And at least we keep the Cyclops at bay as well. Now, upon my honor, I offered you the gift of reciprocation and the gift of being your guide. Where would you like to go? What would you like to do?
It's a good question. I'm not sure we should go to Motherhorn just yet. It sounds like there's some people we can check in with there, like Hurley and this Alagarthas and these group of Corrids. They
Oh,
all seem to have a...
Hurley's in Motherhorn. That's where the plays are performed.
Oh yeah, that's true. So we can, I'm not sure we should go for Hurley just yet, but perhaps these Corrids, if you can find a place called Lockberry Henge, like you called it, we could see what they want, if they can assist us in some way.
So be it.
Has anyone got an umbrella?
Well, be thankful it is merely raining. We've been here before and torrential downpours have come. I suspect you'll encounter these before your time here in Yoon has come to a conclusion. Anyway, stay close.
Heavy with the rain.
Stay close. Watch your step. Step where I step. This is dangerous. And with that, Amador goes with Pollyanna continuing to buzz round her head, Gleam kind of huddling behind them, and they start making their way through Yoon. You guys follow?
Keep making their way.
Yeah.
Making our way. Sounds like someone's been watching too much Critical Role.
Yeah. Is there too much?
What do you got? Have you guys watched the animated version?
Oh yeah.
Some of it. Some of it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I was kind of thought it was just okay at the start, but once I watched it again and saw bits and pieces, it's pretty cool. Okay, as you're wandering through, making your way. Yep.
Yeah. As we're wondering, could I just ask them? Can you tell us anything about these lightning rods that seem to catch the lightning when there's a storm? We saw one way back towards the Motherhorn, and I see there's one here as well.
Mm-hmm.
They look like stars as well.
Just checking, double checking something. Give me a sec. Those are indeed lightning beacons, and as far as we know, on occasion we've seen lightning arc. Like post the lightning, once the thunder has faded, maybe after an hour or so, lightning will leave these lightning beacons and hit Motherhorn itself. So we're not sure if Endolin has constructed these things to attract the lightning and then power who knows what. Maybe her beloved theatre, maybe something else. but the lightnings and the power eventually make their way back to Motherhorn.
Are there more than two?
We've seen 6. There could be more.
If they're magical, maybe I could stop that from happening.
Maybe. Now, as you're wandering and talking, you come across something that looks out of place. Hewn out of a boulder, there appears to be some type of throne. And it's not just a boring stone throne. It's quite elaborate and beautiful. And it stands out of place to the ruggedness and the hardness of this place. It's still hard, but it looks nice. Almost looks like it was elvish made.
Are we close to it now? Like right next to it?
Yeah, you can see it. It's like maybe about 30 feet away from you. And and you see just there's an inscription at the bottom of the throne. You're not close to read it yet. And Amador looks quite confused. Oh, this is... Well, I'm agreed to be your guide, and I'm honored to do that. I've wandered through these rocks formations many times, and even now I am discovering new things in new places. This place can be like a maze, but I have not seen this before. That's not to say it wasn't here, just I'm not familiar with it.
Well, I shall go read what it says. I can see something at the bottom.
Do you speak or read? Do you speak Elvish?
I'm pretty sure I do. Yes, I recall now that I do.
It says on the base of this throne, I am a traveler from a distant land. My name is Mezakoth, keeper of stars. Sit on my throne, disciple, and unravel. Can everybody make me an Arcana or History check? Your choice. Arcana or History.
Oh, I've got the same.
Ooh. Well, the DC was actually 20. So Matilda and Idylix, you recall that Mezakoth was an elf and a celebrated astronomer who claimed to hail from a black star at the edge of night. I'll put it in the chat there.
Well, I am an astronomer.
Yeah. You're not from a black star, though. That sounds kind of ominous.
You want to sit on the throne?
Well, maybe it can teach me more about the stars. I will sit on it, but can you have your magic ready, Matilda, in case something happens to me?
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'll also tell him it would be great if turns out it's part of your history or something. I'll give him bardic inspiration.
Okay.
I'll give Asteroid resistance before he sits down as well.
Okay.
And I guess I'll guide myself. I'll just look up at the stars and go, I'm sure this is going to go well. And I'll sit down on the throne.
Okay, you sit down. It's cold, which makes sense because it is hewn from the rock. But once again, it's elven made. It's beautiful, lots of tools and stuff. You feel a little bit cold. Yeah, but it's okay. Then you kind of feel a little bit drowsy and almost even without realizing. You take a deep yawn and then you close your eyes and you see Astraeus' head slump. And before I talk to everyone else, Astraeus, would you mind joining me in the other voice channel, please?
Okay.
So Astraeus, when you sat down, you felt very cold and drowsy. And after a short amount of time, you fall asleep. But you're not... but then you have this very vivid dream. It's like you've risen up from this throne, risen above the clouds and the murk above Yoon, and you reach up into the stars itself, and you look around you, and there's nothing but stars. Then all of a sudden you start hurtling out across the cosmos with stars flying left and right. It just whoosh, 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 as if you're traveling at an incredible speed. What does Astraeus do, say, feel?
He's just going to enjoy himself. He's going to think he's become one with the stars.
Okay. So, yeah, it does very, very much like you're one with the stars. And, yeah, this...
Do I still have my form?
Yes, you look around and you're just Astraeus. It's not like an astral projection or anything like that. You are Astraeus. And when
I'm in my star form as well. So
Oh, there we go. Even better. And when I read this in the adventure, by the way, I thought, wow, this is so Astraeus.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have a look though. Do you want me to make a perception roll?
Sure.
To see if I can notice anything. I'm gonna use my DM inspiration.
Oh, really? Okay. You notice some of the constellations that you're familiar with, and as you're going at this incredible speed through space, you look back and it's quite pleasant almost to see the constellations slowly twisting, as your perspective changes on them, because you've seen them locked in the sky in this one position for your whole life. Now they're slowly twisting and turning as you hurtle away towards them, whatever it happens to be. And you look around again, marveling at the way these constellations are changing. You see this little black dot on the horizon, like blocking out stars behind it. And you arrive and you almost crash land into the star's cold surface. And you almost brace for your impact. And boom, you hit. And that's where you'll wake up. Now, what is going to happen is you're going to gain proficiency in either Arcana, Deception, History, Insight, Intimidation, or Survival. You can choose one of those to be... I'll whisper it to you so you can see the list.
So I have Arcana and History and Insight. I'm already quite good at Survival. I don't think Deception fits well. Intimidation definitely doesn't fit well. Well, I guess it's going to be Survival then, because...
All right.
How do I do it on D&D Beyond?
I think
Me ticket.
a way to do it... Let me just bring up your character sheet. So if you click on your survival, right? You have to kind of customize it.
Yeah, I've customized it. I found it. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, so just, proficiency. Just set the proficient to that one, and it should come up.
Yeah, it's added to +3. Okay.
And you chose survival, right?
Yeah. I'm already proficient with Arcana, History, and Insight, so...
Oh, survival, look at that. +8, nice. Okay, so we're going to bounce back to the other voice channel, and I'll just let you know when you can come back. But that whole experience took about an hour. Okay? So let's go back, but obviously you're not really there.
To come back with you, or...
Yeah, come back with me so you can hear what's happening, but you can't interact with the other characters. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Joined us for a little while, but it's
All right.
fine to see how it goes on with them.
Okay, we are back, and you see, Astraeus sit on the seat, and he just closes his eyes and his head slumps to one side. What do you do?
Astreus?
No response.
Astreus?
Can I check his, like, is he still alive? His pulse or something?
Yeah. I mean, even without checking his pulse, he's breathing. Perhaps a little slow, as if he's sleeping or something like that. He's obviously alive.
I'll tickle him behind the knee.
No response.
Maybe we should give him a minute or two, or whatever is happening to unravel.
Okay, you
Yeah,
wait.
I can monitor his heart rate with my fingers while we wait, just to see that it's still stable.
Okay, you wait a minute, 2 minutes. His pulse is steady, his pulse is stable, but he does not wake up. And Amador says, I do not like waiting for so long in such a place. This place reeks of danger. Don't know why this damn fool sat on this thing has endangered us all. Pollyanna, least of all. We cannot dally here.
I can try to wake him up. I'll cast hideous laughter on Astreus while he's sitting on a throne.
No, doesn't make him laugh.
Weird. This usually works.
I will approach Astreus and say, "Wake up, sleeping beauty," and I'll smack him over the face.
Strength. Astreus is a DM review out there somewhere. You can take 1 hit point worth of damage as you're slapped in the face hard by Matilda. But doesn't wake her up. Doesn't wake him up.
Yoon was the evil person who smacked him.
Oh, sorry. I just assumed that was Matilda. Sorry, your voices are quite similar.
I guess we can try to open up his eyelids and see how his eyes are looking like.
Okay, so it lets you come and peel his eyelid up, and you see the white of his eyes as if his eyes are rolled up into his head.
Ooh, okay.
So there's just white there.
We might be in some kind of trance or something.
We shouldn't be in danger. I can conjure a magic hut to protect us, all of us, while we're waiting.
What if we just need to pull him off the throne, then get up?
Oh yeah. Let's try.
It looks can you help? You're the strongest.
What did you want me to help with? Sorry?
Just pulling him off the throne.
Yeah, I can do that. But I want to try to cast Lesser Restoration on him before to see if it's some kind of paralyzed.
Okay, so you cast... Ooh, that's loud. Lesser Restoration on him. You feel the spell take effect on him. Doesn't wake him up, though.
Okay. So, at least he's not diseased, poisoned, or paralyzed.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good sign, I guess. But yeah, I'll take him up from the throne. I'll pick him up.
You pick up Astreus. It's easy enough to do. He's a little heavy. He's quite large, of course. But just limp in your arms. But still does not wake.
Okay, get around. I'll cast this little tiny hut, and I'll ritual cast or start ritual casting it for that takes 11 minutes for all of us to get in.
Can you make it look like stone from the outside, so we're not visible?
I kind of want it to look like a little cottage with a small chimney and the roof that looks like a cat, but I can do that.
I mean, we're trying not to be spotted, so maybe a better idea.
Yeah,
We,
it's boring. But okay. Yeah, I'll make it be camouflaged. Stony exterior.
Okay, so you cast the spell and Leomund's tiny heart appears after 11 minutes and with a nice stony camouflage skin to it.
Okay, Matilda, take his left foot, and I'll take his right foot, and we'll just tickle him until he wakes.
It looks. Could you perhaps? I know some of poisons and some stuff, so I'm pretty well learned in medicine and the ways of witchcraft and stuff. Could you assist me in trying to look for whatever's ailing him?
Sure. I do have a herbalism kit,
No,
I believe.
I'm good at using alchemist supplies, but I don't have one.
Oh, I'm not sure if I have one. Yeah, I have one. And I'm proficient with it as well, so maybe it can be useful.
Let's see if we can find something to smelling salts or something we can create to wake him up.
Okay. So you get out the smelling salts. That would seem an appropriate thing for a medicine kid to me. You place it under Astraeus' nose. No reaction.
Could we try to check what is causing this?
You can make a medicine check. I'll say with a medicine kit and you working together, you can make it at advantage.
Okay. Want me to roll or you, it looks?
Well, I'm pretty good with medicine. I'm unsure about you.
Yeah, about a +4 good in medicine.
Well,
But yeah, I can assist you.
Okay, nice. Hopefully it will be better. We'll see. So let's try this. Ooh, nice.
Oh, nice.
What is this strange language you talk about? +4 in medicine. What? You, Amador is thoroughly confused what the hell you're talking about. I think with that...
They took 4 classes in college upon medicine.
4 classes. Okay. He is in some type of trance, is what you learn, Idylix, with that natural 20. You're not sure how long the trance would last? I mean, some trances last for an hour, some of them last for a day, some of them last for a week, some of them even longer.
Would I know if a trance would be some kind of charmed effect or something like that?
You feel that the only option with that natural 20 is to wait.
Okay,
He's
sure.
not coming out of this trance any other way. Just time.
Yeah,
I say it's been a good 20 minutes now with the casting of the spell and checking him out. So 20 minutes has gone by and he's still not awake. Yep. Yep. Thanks for contributing, Astraeus.
We'll just have to wait, I guess.
Yeah, I think that's the wisest thing to do. And since we're inside this hut, I think we're safe to do so, aren't we?
I want to try something, Malcolm.
Okay.
So my little Mr. Sir Fluffy Words, I think he would look really good with wings.
Okay.
I'm just wondering if there's a way to turn him into a Tressum.
Yeah, I know.
Cats with wings.
Now I know Trissums. I am familiar with them. They also can see invisible things.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So I guess I would try to if we would just have a lot of time, try to consume magical knowledge of if it would be possible to change his
Tell you what.
familiarness to address him at some point.
I don't know if any of you have played Descent into Avernus, but Trissums come up in that, and it's possible to get a Trissum as a familiar. Has Matilda ever seen a Trissum?
Nope. I don't think so. Perhaps in books.
Don't make a history check to see if you're familiar with the Trissums. I mean, they are quite unusual.
Yeah. 19.
You can have a Trissum familiar if you like.
Well, since I can only really recast Find Familiar under Moon, I guess I'll use Major Image and create the image of a moon peeking out from behind the clouds as far up as I
Okay.
can cast it. So I'll use Major Image, 3rd level. And I'll start using Find Familiar under the moonlight to change Sir Fluffy Works from a cat into a Tressum.
Mm-hmm.
Since we're
Maybe you
just
don't.
waiting around.
Maybe you don't have to cast the major image. Isn't Glyn with us? Maybe she counts as.
Ooh, that's true.
I didn't know that. Is that a Find Familiar thing? It has to be under moonlight?
Remember when it's from the background I chose, the witch.
Okay.
Which
Okay.
allows you to use Find Familiar as a ritual, but only during a full moon. So that's up to you, though, if it's possible to use an illusion to situate that.
Very specifically, it says that there is no moon here.
Yeah.
So that's why she doesn't fear. That's why she likes it here, because there is no moon. Yeah, there is no moon in the sky over yon. I'm going to say Major Image is not the moon. So no.
It was a try.
That's worth a try. Feel free to keep that 3rd level spell slot, though, so you know that a Major Image is not the moon.
Okay.
Okay.
Glyn doesn't help either.
Well, she looked.
Moon mask.
It's a moon mask, so once again, not the moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we are waiting anyway, so we might as well wait to nightfall.
Okay. So you're waiting, watching nothing as yet approaches the dome there. And after an hour or so, you see Astraeus' eyes flicker open and he looks around.
Oh my god! Wow,
Hey,
Oh,
you're awake.
I just crashed into a black hole.
That sounds ouchy.
Dark.
Oh,
I mean, if you fall into a hole, the hole doesn't hurt. It's the ground that hurts, right?
no, I was a star. And I was a shooting star. I was flying through the stars. And the constellations that I know were changing as I was flying past them. And then I went straight into a black hole. And then, well, and then I'm here, inside this rock.
Well, did you learn anything on your little
Venture.
Not really. I don't know.
Are you feeling okay?
Yeah. It's probably one of the best things that's ever happened to me.
But what exactly did you see? You went into a black hole and then what?
Well, no, I just went into the black hole and now I'm inside a rock. And my head hurts a little bit.
So, how long did it feel for you? Because we've been waiting for you for at least an hour, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it felt a while. I was just flying through stars.
Okay.
Do you
In
need
all
to?
honesty, I was just enjoying myself.
Well, I'm glad.
I did think I died enjoying the stars as well, but I guess not.
Not yet, my friend.
Again, though, why am I in a rock?
Oh, it's a little bit of a cover for so other creatures can find us. Matilda used her magic to build us like a shelter. It looks
Oh,
like a rock.
I
Do you need any rest, or are you good to keep on traveling?
no. For some reason, it also feels as though I was asleep. I definitely recommend sitting on the throne. That is fun.
Well, I'm not sure I want to do that. I want to do before, but not anymore. By the way, what time of day is it now?
You have no idea.
Okay. Can I try to prospect the weather with the Druidcraft? What is going to be within the next 24 hours?
Yes, you can. Rain, storms, lightning, thunder.
Okay. Well, I guess.
Shall we move on? As long as we have some light outside.
I think we
Yeah.
should keep moving,
Yeah.
says Amador.
Well, pack up your things.
Okay, so still we're heading to Lockberry Henge, is that correct?
Yes. I guess if we find more thrones, I'd like to sit on them as well.
Okay, so Amador leads you down through these steps, once again emphasizing to you how important it is to step where he steps. And every so often you see a rock tumble down the side. It's off-putting for sure. But you continue down. And he takes you through this tunnel between the mountains. And you see 3 giant goats. They're just size of horses. And they're like, look at this is silvery grey fleur, they're wizen faces, golden hourglass shaped pupils, which is unusual because usually goats have these square pupils. That at night it immediately strikes you as odd. And they come in the opposite direction, and they just stop and stare at you and quietly kind of look as if they're chewing something in their mouth, like cud or something like that.
Well, I guess we should speak with them, maybe?
By all means, if you can speak to them.
Yeah, let's speak with them. I'll cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And
I guess I'll. Like I say, I guess I'll just use my general speech with Beast and Leaf.
Okay. So you just, you're just talking to them in common, Astraeus? Is that what you said?
I think as a furball, that happens for me. So,
Furbolg thing. Okay.
speech of Beast and Leaf, you can communicate, though not understand beasts and plants, and have advantage on charisma checks to influence them.
Hmm.
Does that mean you communicate but don't understand?
Yeah.
Ask.
Maybe, maybe the beasts understand asteroids, but not the other way around, if I understand it correctly.
Yeah.
So what do you do
But
or
then
say
again-
then, Astraeus? You're just gonna.
Well, I'm gonna let Idolux lead because he's the one that always talks to.
Okay.
He can talk to things better.
Yeah, but the only thing you're gonna see is me staring at the goat.
Oh
You
yeah,
want
you
to-
do it.
I'm just like gonna stare at the goat, and the goat is gonna stare back at me, and we're gonna speak telepathically, one-on-one, I guess.
Men who stare at goats.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you
Okay,
cast.
I'll leave you to it.
But if you want to say anything beforehand, I can always translate in my book.
No, I'll let you lead because you can speak to them. I can just say things.
You know he understands you, right?
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not gonna speak with them anyway.
Oh,
Hey
so,
guys,
so you speak common.
I know what they're saying. Maybe Kazam have goat as well.
I can understand him as well. It's really weird.
I
Oh, you
can
can?
understand them.
That's cool.
You guys are strange.
Hello, goat.
Hello,
How yourself?
goats.
How are you?
We are good. When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping land will come undone.
It's a prophecy.
We're gonna
Which
make it a time.
moon? Are you referring to this moon? And I'm gonna point to the lightning rod thingy.
When the moon obstructs the sun, creeping land will come undone.
What is creeping Lynn?
And the
Creeping,
Lin?
Yeah.
creeping land is Enderlin Moongrave.
Oh,
The second goat then pipes up. Play to her passions. Stay on script. A cat, a horn, or a shadow ripped. I'll paste that in there
Oh.
too.
we have a cat.
That's me.
Shadow ripped. I've had my shadow ripped. I don't know what that means, but my shadow has been ripped. And then the third goat played. The fool's scepter is the key.
Okay, we have to go back to the fair.
The full scepter. That's gotta be the Witchlight Wayne.
Could that be the unicorn's horn?
You
Maybe,
think it
maybe.
is?
The second goat mentioned something about the horn. What are your names, goat?
We don't have names,
Oh,
but now we wait, and they stare at you.
I'm gonna poke into Astraeus and ask, maybe these are actors as well? Maybe isn't Enlin known to have a place? Because Scapatha wanted us to ruin her play, right?
Perhaps these are actors that she that ruined her play, and she took vengeance on them.
Maybe.
I'm going to call one of you Billy, one of you Nanny, and one of you Scape.
Watch out for trolls and bridges. I'm gonna stare at them to see if I can develop psychic abilities.
Not so far.
No, I'm just kidding.
Can you tell us anything else, Ghost?
Have you lost how to speak?
I guess they
So-
did.
So if we this prophecy, or what should you call it? You say we end up in Endland's theater play, we should stay on script and follow the set, but somehow use a cat or horn or a shadow ripped to do something with the sun, and the food scepter is the key.
Yeah. Maybe stay on script, a cat, a horn, or a shadow ripped, or a... So, stay on... Does it like have to be one of the thingies? Or is it all of them?
We hear whispers and secrets whispered on the wind. This is what we heard, and we share with you.
Thank you.
Meh.
But this wasn't there. Gleam, she said it was this elf called Alagarthas that was looking for a way home. We should perhaps seek him out at some point. Perhaps see if there's a way back to the Witchlight Carnival, and we can go and.
Oh, yeah, but we'll find my sister first, right?
But she should be back at the Witchlight Carnival as well, shouldn't she?
No, well, she should be, but the England has her.
Oh,
She's in Motherhorn.
okay.
We're not going to leave without her, right?
No. I was confused. I thought since we saw her back at the Witchlight Carnival, that she was back there safe
Yeah,
as well.
but she was taken after that, I guess. But she is definitely in Motherhorn.
Gleam
Okay.
told us she was taken about 3-4 days ago.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so the timeline, you saw her at the carnival. She presumably got kidnapped, and now it's now.
By the way, we know that the Witchlight Carnival only appears every few years or so. Do we know where it goes between those years between the reappearances?
All over the multiverse.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's always in motion. They're always doing shows over and over again. It just happens to be they visit your particular part of the cosmos every however many years it was.
Yeah, okay.
By the way, do you see that lightning rod that looks like a moon to the south of the lake? Maybe the lightning rods be the moon and the sun from the top.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Maybe all we need to do is put one of the moons onto the sun.
Well, it seems kind of heavy, doesn't it? To lift the big moon above the big sun.
You're very strong, I'm sure you can do it.
Yeah, count on me. I'll do it all by myself without magical help.
They're about 100 feet high, each of these sun and moon things that you see. Lifting it is, of course, not an option.
Yeah. I guess we could try to charm the Cyclops to help us with lifting the moons.
That's true. I can speak to the Cyclops. I know Giant. I'm sure the Cyclops will know Giant.
Maybe.
Well, we're dallying here too long. Shall we press on?
Yeah.
Where shall we go next?
1 second. Goats, do you have any cheese?
No cheese.
Okay. Yes, okay, we can go now.
So you head on down the lake. The goats start bleating behind you, louder and louder and louder. And they are annoyed and they stomp off. And
Bye, goats.
all of a sudden, you remember, too late as it turns out, that some effects and some offences here in the Feywild are truer than others. And what should you do when someone offers you a gift?
Offer something back.
Did you offer something back? No, you did not. You walked away. And as you're walking away, the goats just go away, and this creature made of rock just erupts from the surface, almost to an anger at you breaking the rules of reciprocity. And we're going to get into another combat.
Ooh.
Because you guys didn't reciprocate, and sometimes bad things happen, and this is what happens. So I'll get you onto this map. I know not all of you are on there yet, but we'll get there.
Totally forgot about that.
Yeah, me too. I weren't even aware that information was a gift. Even though I was kind of skeptical about them because their source is whispers in the wind. Sounds kind of sketchy to me.
So let's get all your NPCs on here too.
Yeah, my maximum health now is 51.
Okay, I'll fix that in
And I
just a
guess-
second.
Yeah,
I
same.
guess so is Q, the Nidalixes. But for some reason, I'm only at 50.
Whoa.
And Pollyanna will just is a
51.
non-combatant. So also you guys started walking down this path, following Amador and Glean, leaving the goats behind. It's just heading down this way. And I'm going to I'm going to roll a d4 to see where it erupts next to. So from top to bottom, comes right next to Idalux. And just move a little bit down like this as you start following him. And this creature just goes out. And before you even get a chance to react, it's upon you, Idalux. So it's going to get a surprise round. And yeah, please, everybody roll into initiative.
Watch out.
Oh.
I love that sound. Oh.
Yeah.
Is that everybody? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well,
I have not rolled once on initiative in this whole thing. I don't think I've got above a 6.
Oh, that would've- So, Idalix, what's your maximum hit points?
51.
Matilda?
Oh, mine's now 34.
34. And your armor class is 14?
Yes.
Okay. Astraeus? Why is that?
51.
Sorry, just a sec. God,
Yeah, I think
poke-
my armor class.
it's
and my
backwards.
health is- Yeah.
So your armor class is 14, and your hit points are 34.
Yes.
So that should look better now. Astraeus? Hit points
51.
and your armor class.
14.
Okay, so that should be right now. And Kuhn?
51 and 14.
Oh, you guys have got the same con and rolling the same dice. But
Yeah.
thank you for remembering that one hit point from Kuhn's slapping damage. That's great. But anyway, Idalix, as you're wandering away from these goats who are thoroughly annoyed at you, this creature burst out of the ground. This is what it looks like, by the way. This big lumping thing. And it lets out a roar. And says something. Does any of you speak Terran? Probably
I
not.
speak primordial.
Ah, that's right. That's what I was going to mention. It is angry and it's saying things like, "You break the rules! Rule breakers must be punished!" And as it does this...
What does Terran come under?
It is primordial, then underneath that is Terran, and the language of fire elementals, and the language of water elementals, and all those other elementals. Like this thing is technically an elemental, and it speaks Terran. And it lets out a roar, and Idylix at least understands what it's saying. And it says, "Punish the rule breakers!" And 2 more rocks animate over here, and they become creatures as well. And that's what it's going to be action. It comes up, it roars in Idylix's face, and says, "Come forth, my brothers, and punish the rule breakers!" And they come to life. So now you don't have 1 of these. You have 3 of these. And now we'll get into the actual combat. So that was effectively a surprise run of these creatures start going forth. Gleam. Oh no, this place is cursed, I tell you, cursed. And she reaches into herself and say, "By the light of the moon, take these creatures away, turn them into something else." And she casts a spell, and you see one of the things start twisting and turning under the spell. It's to make a wisdom saving throw. And that creature, you see it twisting and turning, and the hard parts of it start becoming soft. And it is replaced by a beautiful butterfly. That worked better than I thought. And she dashes away as this butterfly floats around, and she's concentrating. Actually, she hides behind Amador. She trusts Amador. She's concentrating on that. The one next to Kuhn. "Rule breakers, respect the law of the land." And it takes a step back and then comes into a boulder form and starts rolling towards you in a little tied up ball. It's going to try and make a slam attack against you. And it just thunders into you for 12. As this thing just kind of rolls on by, and you manage to avoid it. So, I don't know what a Goron is, but... Yep. And the butterfly one, do you get subsequent saves on polymorph? Or are you stuck there until...
I think it's a save or suck until it takes damage, but...
Yeah, it needs to take damage, I think. I'm not sure.
Yep, you're right. So it's either concentration is broken by Gleam, or something damages it. But it doesn't get a save. Okay, so the butterfly flitters around. Flitter, 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 flitter. And it's Matilda's turn. Oops.
Let's see. Yeah. And Matilda's going to move up here. And she's going to use a spell she's wanted to do for so very long.
Yep.
Let's see. We can post this to Nathir's Mischief from Fizzbonds.
Okay.
So that's a 20-foot cube.
And Matilda can concentrate on that.
Yes. Let's see.
Mischievous surge. That is so Matilda.
Place that here. And as I try to lure them into this cube, into this, yeah, so it's like a cloud of butterflies and strange small tiny dragons and weird stuff going on. And it has to make
You have to roll a d4 first, don't you?
yes,
Yeah.
that's true. Four.
And roll again at the start of your turns. Okay, the smell of apple fills the air, and each creature in the queue must receive a wisdom saving throw or be charmed. So, wisdom saving throw. Okay. What's your DC?
16.
Okay, just a sec.
Oh yeah,
So-
more like small dragons. It's floating apple crusts in a 20-foot cube of cloud. Crusty apple pie.
Oh, it's
pieces.
crusty apple pie. Okay. Okay, so not the pie itself, just the crust that is left at the end. Okay, so it fails its saving throw, so it's charmed by you, so it can't attack you or target the charmer with harmful effects, and you have advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature. So it is charmed by you, charmed by the smell of rotten apple pie.
Yummy! Smell the pie. We're friends.
Trying to... We'll do this for charms. There we go. You charmed a rock. I just make sure it wasn't immune to charm, and it's not. So, yeah, apple pie is working. Okay, so the creature... pie! Delicious! Coon.
Kuhn will start casting as well, and he'll cast Bane on both of them.
Ooh, Bane.
They have to make a charisma saving throw DC 16.
Okay. Are they all within range?
And first, as a bonus action, I will cast, not cast, but use my feature, the Unsettling Word.
Okay, can
on
you
the
roll?
one next to me.
Okay, can you roll for unsettling words first?
Sure, that's a D8.
It's whatever your bardic level is, what your bardic dice is. So 5, okay. And they need to make wisdom saving throws or be baned. And you're concentrating on that. And bane is similar to polymorph, only that would happen. So wisdom saving throws. We'll do the first one first. And what's the DC?
It's a charisma saving throw, not the wisdom.
Oh, charisma.
The
Yep.
DC is 16.
16. Okay. Including the butterfly?
No, just these two.
Ah, just these two.
Wait, hold on. I can do 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'll bane all 3 of them.
Okay.
Not seen as an attack.
No.
But this creature will remain charmed by Matilda. So they won't break the charm if that's what you're worried about.
No, I'm worried about breaking the polymorph.
Oh no, it's not damage, so it shouldn't.
Yeah,
I
it
think.
doesn't damage.
Let's have a look. Polymorph. No, it's not a spell. It reverts as a result of dropping to 0 hit points. So if you attack the butterfly, it would return to normal. If you attacked... if something attacked Gleam and she'd lost her concentration, then it would do. But Bane definitely doesn't. Okay, so you cast Bane on these creatures. You see the first one shaking its head. The other one shakes its head and Bane gets it. And the poor little beautiful butter fails as once again the Bane smell takes hold of their mind and they don't feel quite as efficient as they used to. Okay, nice.
I will just move 5 feet over here, so I'm in between the creature and our ally over there. So that's it.
Okay. This creature going to back up. Do you want to take an attack of opportunity, Idylix?
No. I want.
You want. Oh, you won't. Oh, I thought you said I want. I want to do something. I was waiting for the other half of your sentence.
No, I want to do it.
Okay. I thought you said I want. Okay. Okay.
I want.
Okay. So the thing rolls up the hill. It climbs up and then turns into a little ball once again and starts tumbling straight towards you, Idylix. It's going to make a slam attack and rolls a 24. Let's put that Bane on there. So that's a 23. So first of all, just thumps into you. You take 16.
What's your AC, Idylix?
19.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna use my well. One of my reactions on my well.
Okay, so it's a 23 at the moment.
I thought you said it went to a 21.
No, it's a 24, a 1 on the die, so it's a 23.
Yeah,
So
it's still worth it.
Okay.
No, it wasn't.
Sorry, mate.
Nice to...
What kind of damage is it? Bludgeoning?
Bludgeoning, but because it rolled into you and slammed into you, you take an additional 2d6 damage. So a total of 27 damage.
Everything is
And
bludgeoning damage, right?
yep, it's all bludgeoning.
Okay.
And can you make me a strength saving throw?
Sure. 21.
21. So this thing comes charging into you, slamming into you, do all sorts of damage, but you put your back into it, Idylix, and you do not get knocked to the ground prone. And it just screams in your face as it hits you. Rule breaker! Amador says, Pollyanna, get behind me, stay safe. Do not even think of getting closer. Actually, does Pollyanna... Does she have a stat block? I should put her in. No, I don't think so. Let me just double check. Nope, she's just there. Amador brings out his rapier, charges and says, "We will take these creatures down. We will win this day yet." And brings out his rapier and tries to slash across this creature with its sword. And oh, did I click on it? With a 14. He comes out and hits this thing hard with his rapier, but it just clangs off it, not piercing through the armor. We're in trouble! Work together! Keep your distance! Idylix, having been slammed, what do you do?
I'd like to first of all use my bonus action to cast. I'll cast a second level healing word on myself.
Nice.
Let's see. Alright, that's good.
Nice.
And I'd like to use my actions to cast guidance on myself.
Okay, so that's your action to cast guidance, Scott. Got it?
Yeah, and I'd like to try to write in my book in Primordial and try to ask, like, very simply, how can we repay our debt non-violently to the one in front of me?
Mm-hmm. So you're writing... Oh, there... I think they could read Terran. They're intelligent enough. And you're saying, what can we do to repay it?
Yeah, and I'll just... the guidance is just to ask Sylvanus for help with me phrasing the words correctly, I guess.
Sure. Make a persuasion check, but at disadvantage. Plus your d4. Persuasion at disadvantage, plus a d4.
They were charismatic.
Make sure you roll your d4. There we go. The rule has been broken. There is no mending. Which, of course, only you understand.
Yeah.
But it does read it. I imagine Ilix is kind of holding up this book and kind of hiding behind it as, in the hope that it works.
Basically.
But maybe
taking the damage.
maybe in that the act of hiding behind it is the thing that made it go so terribly wrong. Okay, Astraeus. Do you stay where you are, Idilix?
Yeah, I'm just gonna like hopefully still make it change his mind, I guess, by hiding behind the book.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll just stay.
Okay, Astraeus.
Is that going to be climbing to get up this mountain?
Yep.
So it'll be double movement.
Yep. I mean, you saw one of these creatures just roll up as if it wasn't there. But you know they're rock creatures, so that makes sense.
So if it's double movement to climb, that'll be 30 feet. So I will run over here on the edge.
Do you roll a d4, Matilda?
Oh, it's on the start of my
Oh, okay. Okay,
start
cool.
of each of your turns. Yeah, that's
Okay, we'll get there then. Okay. Astraeus, carry on.
All of my stuff is very offensive. No, at this point,
We all remember what you did to that Harangon.
I'm going to go into Starry Farm.
Cool. Remember how to do
this
that
time
to your
I'm not-
token?
Yeah. This time I'm not going to choose Archer, and I'm going to choose Chalice form.
Okay.
And I can't heal anyone this turn, so that is it.
Okay, form of the chalice. So, woof, go into light, starry form, and the light comes off you. Okay, and that's your turn. Gleam. Gleam's concentrating on a spell, so she can't do anything. Can't do that. She's going to say, I must keep my friends safe. They promised to protect my sister. Too. And she comes right next down to Amador the Dandelion. She brings out a dagger. Says, die, foul creature! Tries to stab it into it, but once again the rocky hide is too dense and she doesn't manage to get through. The boulder in front of you. He looks around and says, rule breakers! And I'm going to roll a d6. It's going to attack a Dandelion. Not Dandelion, Glister. Gets out this massive fist and boosh, brings it down on her. And that 14 is just enough to hit. And it does 12 points of damage to her. And she screams as it hits. And she needs to make a Constitution saving.
I'll use my reaction as well to do my other roll.
Okay. You only needed a 1. For armor class is 14 and he rolled 14. So this time it works. That's very good. Yeah, nice move. You get a cheer for that. Okay. So it misses. So I'm going to roll Constitution anyway to see if it maintains. Oh, it would have maintained. But anyway, well done. It avoids a hit on the creature. And the stars seemingly align for you this time. That was his turn. That one's a butterfly.
Starlight just sort of blinds it as it goes to attack.
It gets in its eyes and its massive fist just crash into the rubble next to her. Matilda, roll a d4.
Yes. First, I'm gonna move it. You can move the cube up to 10 feet before you roll.
Okay, let me give you control back of it. You should be able to move it now.
So I'm gonna move it here.
Okay,
Yes.
I'll lock it down again. Okay, so D4.
D4, yeah. 2.
Oh, no. Astraeus, take that roll back for your D6 because it was baned and the baned would have made it miss. So get that back. I forgot to roll for bane. So it rolled a 14, but there's the bane roll 2. So 12 misses. So take it back. My mistake. So you got that back. Okay, so what did you roll, Matilda? A 2?
A 2. So bouquets of flowers spread around instead of up across. And he has to make a dexterity saving throw or be blinded until the start of my next turn.
But it's not
That's the
charmed, I
flip
guess,
spray.
from you anymore, right?
Nope.
It's charmed, but it might be
Flowers.
blinded. Okay, so
Yeah, it's some sort of clown flower spraying water.
okay, so dexterity saving throw rolls a 4, so it is blinded as the flowers squirt water in its eyes. Okay. Now remember, with blinding, he still knows where you are because he can hear you moving and stuff, but all attacks will be a disadvantage from it and advantage for you.
Yeah, I'm gonna just scream back at the goats. I've got a golden bodkin. Do you want that? Please, we don't want to fight. We just forgot.
I'll say the goats, I mean, well, they're quite big goats. They just stare, and actually, I'll say the interaction happened over here. They're just staring at you, and you're screaming that you're sorry?
Yeah, and I'm gonna pull out the thing I found in the loom room, which was a gold bodkin and a book and a pouch. But a bodkin, what's a bodkin? It's
I think that's what you...
an arrow?
I think it's what you put thread on for a sewing machine. I think that's right.
Oh yeah, that's true. A golden, yeah.
Oh, no.
So I'm gonna,
A bodkin is a type of arrowhead.
yeah.
Sorry, it's a type of arrowhead.
But it's also a needle when I Google. So it's a needle, or could be an arrowhead. But since it's in a loom room, I guess it's probably a tiny needle in gold.
Sure. Let's go with that tiny needle.
Yeah, let's see if we can move. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and just run over and wave the gold bodkin. I guess doesn't say that it takes an action to do this. I guess that's up to you. The spell, I guess, activating it again.
The Nathir's Mischief?
Yeah. Guess it's a spell to activate, but on subsequent turns.
It just
doesn't
happens.
say. Yeah.
I say it doesn't take an action, it just happens.
Yeah, in that case I'll dash, so just rushing over, waving the golden bodkin and saying, this is a gift in Reciprocity.
Bring it over and we'll think about it.
I'm running over.
You've committed grave offense. Grave offense. So you dash over there as your mischief spell continues on. Coon, looking at the completely undamaged elemental creatures, what do you do?
Inspire me.
Yeah, sure. As a bonus action, I will call out to Matilda. It was Matilda who wanted inspiration, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. I'll say, you're doing the right thing, Matilda. Keep at it. And then I will measure this. I'm gonna have to move away from the elemental. I think they can attack all.
Okay, I'll remember Bane this time. So, an 18 reduced to a 16.
Hits.
Still hits you. Okay.
Wait.
Oh, okay. So it's at a 16 at the moment.
Reduced to a 40.
14, so just hits after all that. The double bane didn't work. So it slams into. So that was 13 points of damage as it just crack across your back.
And
Okay.
I'll keep moving. So that was 10.
Oh, make a concentration check.
Oh, yeah.
DC 10. So Constitution saving throw, in other words. DC 10.
Oh,
Bane
I'll
goes
use
down.
No. I'll use my DM's inspiration.
Okay.
Oh my god.
And all these bonuses you guys have are just not coming through for you. So they are no longer baned.
Okay.
Okay.
So this works. So hold on. 10, 20, 30, 35. And I'll use, as an action, I'll use my once a day ability Universal Speech.
Okay. That's an action to do that. Choose one or more creatures. You're talking to the goats?
Yeah, and I'll just continue until there's speech to ask them. Please, we apologize profoundly. We were new. We're new to this place and just forget the rules sometimes. We have gifts that we can give you in return for the gift you gave us. Please forgive us.
Bring us gifts and we'll think about it. Bring us gifts. Okay.
I think I've used up my turn, so I can...
Yep. You moved away, lost your concentration, but you did cast Universal Speech. Okay. So that was Kuhn. This creature is not entirely sure where it is. It's not going to attempt to roll back and hit you that way. But it's going to try and hit you at disadvantage with a massive fist. And it rolls a natural 20 and a 22. So that does hit you. And 11 points of damage, it looks.
Alright.
I can't see. Crash. I'm smashing into rocks as it bounces off Idolix's, strong diamond-like hide, almost gem-like hide. Okay, that's its turn as it's bashing around wildly, and it's going to attempt to move. Actually, it doesn't know where the cube is, so I'll roll a d8 to get out of it. 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It takes a step that way, but it attacked first, so it's no longer blinded at the moment if that comes up, but it does step out of there. Pollyanna, stay behind me! Stay behind me! And swings at the rapier and it just clings off this creature's hide again. It's too thick to get past. For God's sake, appease the goats! Appease the goats!
Can I try to do a reaction when it moves out of the cube?
Oh yeah, sorry, you can attack with opportunity, or if you like.
Can I try to grapple him to restrain him in place?
Yes, and you can do so at advantage, because he doesn't really see it coming because he's blind.
Alright.
I'll tell you what you need to roll. The hero's a 7.
Okay.
It's terrible. Because he has plus 5 to strength.
Normal strength roll or athletics?
Oh, athletics, sorry. Athletics or
Alright.
acrobatics, but I'm guessing athletics. So beat a 7.
Advantage, right?
Yep, because he doesn't see you.
Ooh, yeah, nice.
Oh, not even close. So he's blinded again, because he didn't actually leave. And he is grappled. Get off me! I will smash you into pebbles! Well done, Idolix. And now it's your turn. You have this creature grappled.
Yeah, I didn't really think this. But at least it's not closer to the other ones. I guess that's something.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. I'm thinking about casting within range. I think I'm gonna cast plant growth to make the ground more harder for the creatures to walk in.
Okay.
This one, I think I can cast it within 150 feet.
Okay.
So I'd like to try to make it so that, let's say, this area here is covered, basically.
With plants grow up there. So for everybody, that's difficult terrain.
Yeah,
Okay.
but
So-
both Matilda and Kuhn would then be outside of it. Oh,
Whoops, sorry. That was me. No. Oh, sorry. That just doesn't look at all good. Okay. So this is where you cast it?
yeah, I guess it's it's 100 feet, so it would go like this and even further up there as well. But I guess it doesn't really matter.
Probably
This
won't
is
matter.
the most important. Yeah, this is the important area at least.
Ah! Oops. The earth moves. Okay, I'll just lock these down to another layer. Okay, so plants rise up from the ground as you cast plant growth. Okay, nice. So, yeah, plants, it's difficult for everybody, remember? Not just
Yeah.
for the creatures. And that doesn't require concentration. In fact, it's worse than a difficult terrain. It's double difficult terrain. 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. Okay. So it looks cast plant. Yep.
Yeah, I think I'll also heal myself some more, seeing that it's not concentration. So I'll just cast
Sure.
first level healing word again.
Okay, so plants grow and spring out of the ground, and yeah, it actually looks almost relatively nice compared to how it was before. Astraeus, though, what would you like to do?
I'm going to get out of it, which is what, like 10?
So,
That's 10.
no, it's double. It's 4 feet for every 1 foot you move, so that would be 20 feet to there.
Yeah, 20 feet. And I'm gonna first cast guidance on Matilda.
Okay, so that's your action.
Yeah, and I'm gonna hand her 3 sycamore seeds. And go, hopefully this appeases the goats as well.
Well, okay. Thank you.
It would make them harder to find.
So sycamore
Looking for them.
seeds was the pass without a trace thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So you hand over them to Matilda. Nice. I say that's you have an action on top of that.
Yeah. The stars tell me that this is going to go well, hopefully.
Okay.
And
Hopefully.
that's my turn.
I'll say you still have an action, Astraeus.
Oh. You know what? Here we go then. We'll enhance ability.
That would be 2 spells then, wouldn't it? This enhancing ability is a bonus action, which it isn't. Don't think. Because you've already cast guidance, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Actually, guidance is an
Guidance is
action.
an action.
Yeah, so
Yeah, guidance
that
is
was
an
your
action,
action. Yeah, so
Or
okay.
nothing, yeah.
Okay, cool. So that would be your turn as you guide and hand over some things to Matilda. Matilda, no pressure. Because these things, once again, they've been blinded, they've been polymorphed, but they've taken no damage. Gleam. What this? She gets her dagger and kind of looks away and stabs at it. And she rolls a dirty 20. She hits. She gets in just the right crack inside the thing and plucks it out. Creature
Can I use my last thing to make that?
miss? Sure. So she rolled a dirty 20. And that makes it an 18, which still hits.
Oh, really strong arm.
Okay. Coon hose. Oh, really? Oh, is that a new bardic thing for you, Coon?
Yeah.
Okay.
What's it called? Unfailing use.
Oh, that's very useful. So she keeps it for 10 minutes, and she
Yeah.
uses it until it helps her. Oh, that's nice. Nice thing. Okay, since since Gleam is the only thing that's hit this creature is going to say, "Keep your sticky dagger away from me." Oh, in fact, it's resistant to piercing, so he only takes 3 points of damage. Oh, whoops, not that much. He should be on 84. 83. Okay, so she damaged it, doesn't quite get it in enough. And the Galabdur is going to try and slam her. Boosh! But she rolls out the way. He rolls a 12, which is a miss for her. Stay still! Butterfly flutters away over the hair. Matilda.
Yeah.
Roll your d4 first. We'll sort that out.
Yes.
What's that one?
Blind.
That's 2. So same as before.
What was the save? Dexterity, I think?
Yes.
Still blinded. And my eye see. Rolled an 11 for his dexterity save.
Okay. Let's see, I'm going to run 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Grovel before them on her knees, holding the golden bodkin in her 2 hands and say, please, please, we didn't mean anything by it. Please take this, or I also have a sycamore seed. It'll make you
3
really
sycamore seeds.
sneaky. Should I give them all of them?
1 each.
Okay, I'll take. I'll try with the golden bodkin first. It's shiny.
Make a persuasion check. Gonna have to say a disadvantage. But of course you have all those other bits and pieces.
Yep.
Like your inspiration, your
and,
guidance.
Inspiration, yeah.
I think you technically have to use guidance. You can't save it. So this will definitely be guidance regardless of the roll. Is that right?
She has a minute to use it. She decides when. But it's only once.
Well, it looks like she's
wow.
using it.
So that's a 12 plus 6 plus 4, so 22.
What? I don't see your persuasion roll.
No, it didn't show up. It should show up in the game log, though. I think it's because I reloaded roll 20.
Okay, so what did you roll for your at disadvantage? What was it? It was
12.
Well, I'm 19. Yeah.
12 plus 10?
Six.
So 22?
Yes. Yep.
And what are you offering it?
The golden bodkin and a sycamore seed.
It looks like it wants the sycamore seed.
Give it the sycamore seed.
Buffalo 3.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll take out the 2 more sycamore seeds and just offer them as well.
Okay, you can try that on your next turn if you like. But this goat says, this is delicious. I consider your debt to me repaid. I consider your debt to me repaid. I was going to put a blue dot onto it. This goat is happy. What about us? We are still annoyed. This goat is appeased. Okay.
Okay.
But your guidance is gone and your bardic inspiration is gone, right?
Yep.
Okay.
And my turn is.
Oh. Coon, what would you like to do?
I'll move forward and pull out one of the items that I got in the previous games. A false eye made of solid gold. It's shiny. and I'll show it to this goat and say, I have some shinies in addition to the seeds that Matilda will give you. Could you please call off the elementals?
So it's a golden what, sorry?
Golden eye.
Oh, an eye, like an eyeball.
Yeah, yeah. Mm.
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Doesn't matter. Your lowest is like a 21, isn't it?
The goat says,
22.
I accept your gift. And it swallows the gold eye. Okay.
Can you please call off the elementals before they hurt us? We have gifts for everyone.
No, I have not been given a gift. Do not call off. Can get in the. I have not been given a gift. Do not call them off. Okay.
The last thing I'll do is a bonus action. I'll inspire Matilda again. I'll say, "You're doing a good job. Give another gift to the last one."
Okay. So she's inspired. What did you do after you on your turn, Idylix? Is the creature still grappled?
I'm not really sure how that works. I used a spell to make the terrain harder, but
Yeah, spell means requires moving your arms. Unless it doesn't have a somatic component, then I'm going to say that you let
check
go
it
of
out.
them.
It's somatic as well.
Yeah, so you would have to have released your grapple.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay. The creature kind of pokes at you. I will crush you under my weight. And rolls back once again over to here. You can make an attack of opportunity attack if you like.
I'd like to try to restrain him once again.
Okay. You have advantage because he's still blinded. Tell you what you need to roll for his one. He rolls. Oops. He rolls a dirty 20. Oh no, 22. Sorry, I'm looking at yours. 22.
Okay, that was once, and let's see.
Yep.
20.
Okay, so you try and grab hold of him. You miss.
Yeah.
So let's. 1, 2, 3, 4. Notice this creature rolling behind you, Astras, looking at us trying to bowl Idylix over. What do you do? Oh, wait, this is, I might take it all back because of the plant growth.
Oh, yeah?
No, it's not going to do that. It tries to move back, feels the plant's holding on to him, and is just going to stay there. Can't move, can't get enough of a run up due to the plant growth. So that's good. But he still slams you at disadvantage and rolls an 11. So he's struggling to see you and just smashes next to you. Okay, that's
Just gonna
it.
deflect that with my shield, I guess.
Nice. And Amador gets his rapier ready to hit this thing. What the bloody hell are you fools doing? We need to destroy these creatures. Pollyanna, what's going on? Should I hit it?
No.
We're
Ah!
just about convinced them to hold the attack.
Amador takes the dodge action and says, Pollyanna, get behind me, get behind me. Bzzz. And, he takes the dodge action. Idylix.
I'll take the dodge action as well and try to heal myself some more with first level spell.
Okay, nice.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Ooh, that is nice. 8 hit points come back as the healing energies flow into you. Astreus!
I read the chalice thing wrong and it's not as good as I thought.
Okay.
I'm gonna run straight over to Matilda I'm gonna guide her as well. I was like, surely, you'll get it right this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so guidance is cast. Nice.
And I'm just gonna say to the goats, we do apologize. We've just been here a long time and we're very tired.
It's a long time. You should know the rules. Gleam is going to take the dodge action as well. For God's sake, appease the goats. I've not come this far to die to these creatures. I need to get back to my sister. And he's going to risk it. Oh, actually, they're not going to attack. They don't attack. They just hold back. And the creatures on a 1 to 2. Okay. Plant growth is doing well. That's an excellent idea. It's just going to slam into him at disadvantage because of the dodge action, but he rolls really well and it still hits Amador. Actually, I said 1 to 3, it's Amador. Okay, it's Amador, so 14 bludgeoning damage to Amador. And you see it just crushes the petals and Amador's yellow head and it crushes this poor plant creature. It's looking in rough shape. The butterfly will continue to flitter around. Matilda.
Yep, I'll go over to the last, or get up. So 20, 25, grovel before the last giant goat and take out the sycamore seed and please call off the attack. We're so sorry.
Persuasion check at disadvantage.
Okay, 8 and D8 and D4. Ooh, that's not 5. 13.
And he takes the sycamore seed and swallows it. More gifts. More gifts.
Yoon, help!
Speaking of Kuhn,
I will approach the last goat and I'll pull out a pair of slippers.
Mm-hmm.
There we
Okay.
go. And I'll say, this should be nice to chew on. Hopefully you can forgive us for our indiscretion.
Persuasion check at disadvantage. Mind you, this is going to be high regardless.
22.
Well predicted. Okay, the goat takes the slippers, starts chewing on them. Those are delicious. And with that, the creatures just fade back into the rock. Except for the one that's flying around.
At this point, I'm gonna run up to. Oh no, the petal thing, the dandelion looks at it, doesn't it? And I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds at 3rd level.
Okay, nice. So as you cast... Oh! Wow!
Wow.
8, a 5, and an 8. And you see that the crushed petals and the crushed leaves all come back and he returns to full health. Oops, that's not full health. Took his health off him. There we go. Oh, thank you very much. Perhaps this was a lesson for all of us this day.
Yeah, we should have been more careful. Well, you have a nice day, goats. Thank you for calling out the elementals. We apologize again.
He also gains 11 health through the chalice thing. If he wasn't already at full health.
Wow, so he gets 37 hit points?
So he gets 26 plus. Yeah, he gets 26 plus 6 plus 5.
So, yep. So 37. He had 14 hit points worth of damage. So that was a bit of an overkill, but he's appreciative.
He is invigorated with life.
He is. Well, I don't know if it matters, but I can't maintain concentration for much longer on the butterfly. Maybe we should just go.
Yeah.
I don't know what type of mood it's going to be, but we have seconds remaining. I think we should just go. Can we go?
Let's run.
go.
Okay,
While
so
we're running, I'll also cast a healing word at level 2 on Idoluk.
okay,
Oh,
nice.
Thank you.
So that's another 12. Wow, rolling well for these hit points.
I'll ask Gleam and go, are you hurt, Gleam?
Oh no.
Are you hurting that?
No, one of the creatures was going to hit me, but some type of magic came over it and it missed me. I'm not sure who cast that spell, but he might quite literally have saved my life. It would have
I saw
broken
it in
my
the
sister's
stars.
heart. Oh, you saw it in the stars? Oh, thank you. I mean, I'd be sad if I died, but I'd be sadder for Glister. It would have broken her. But anyway, we survived. We need to be more respectful of this place, I guess.
Well, let's hope we will be in the future.
Oh, I've just realised I'm a spell down that I've not took yet.
Ah, for leveling, you mean?
Yeah.
Could we take a 5-minute break?
Oh, sure. Yeah, let's take a 5-minute break. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, see you guys in 5.
Take
into it. Okay. Seemingly having learned a valuable lesson about what should and should not be done, what would you like to do?
Journey. Can I make a perception check, like over the lake or into the lake, to see if there's any creatures there?
Sure. The lake seems to be formed by this endless rain that's pelted down, and it's just a depression in the ground where this water is accumulated. And you look inside it, and it just resembles more like a giant puddle than a lake. You don't see any fish inside it. You don't see any seaweed. It's just a pool of water with nothing at all in it.
Does it seem clear, like it's drinkable water?
Yes, it does.
Well, if anybody needs to refill their water skins, I'll refill it. Probably most.
Yeah, we've not actually used our water skins since they kept turning mouldy every day. So I guess yeah, I'll refill. I'll wash out my water skin and then refill it.
Yeah, same.
Same.
I guess
Matilda's gonna
I'll
get
take
down
the
on.
first sip.
Okay.
Matilda's gonna get down on all fours and start drinking out of the water. Just yeah.
It's surprisingly pleasant and refreshing.
No constitution saving throws.
No,
Oh.
no.
Nice.
What do you mean? Oh.
There's no point with the DC so high.
Yeah. TPK, by the way. Yeah. Okay.
This tastes nice.
Surprisingly, yes, it does.
I guess we'll follow our guides.
Okay, you follow the guides forward, and seemingly out of place, there's a wooden wagon that trundles towards a party on squeaky wheels. It moves by itself, kind of just moseying along, a lot slower than you, and is accompanied by a tall figure swathed in long robes and a cowl. And the wagon is painted with stormy windscape landscapes and carries, looks like it could be a puppet theatre. So the black velvet curtain pulled across the front. And the wagon just trundles towards you and stops near the characters. And then the curtains pull back on this thing, revealing a painted backdrop that matches the environment in which the characters stand. What do you do?
Did you say someone's pulling it?
Yes, it's accompanied by a tall figure, like 7 foot high, swathed in long robes and a cowl.
Let's go for it. Hello? Is this your cart? I presume.
He doesn't say anything, but then with the hand with fingers longer than they should be, he grabs the side of the wagon and starts turning a handle.
Is it a puppet show? It looks like a puppet show.
Keeps on turning the handle. Is anybody else going to do anything?
Yeah, can we discern what that will do?
The turning of the handle?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is anything moving on the cart?
You hear clicking and various things coming from inside the cart as if gear is returning. But you can't really tell what it's going to do just by seeing something rotate.
Is the person cloaked?
Yep, cloaked and with a cowl.
Okay.
I'll just yell over, we mean you no harm, if that's anything of like offensive, please stop.
As you say that, you see a puppet descend from the puppet show, looking very much like Astraeus. And the figure of Astraeus starts dancing.
It's a furbolg.
It's you.
It's very obviously you, Astraeus.
I'm very much bigger than that. It's a mini version.
Boom! Another marionette falls down that looks like Matilda, complete with hat and a little fluffy warts on her shoulder, and she starts dancing a little jig.
Is the person still?
Yeah, just turning the crank on the side of this wagon.
Could I try to approach him?
Yep, he doesn't acknowledge your nearness and continues to turn it around.
I'm just gonna stand right next to him and will just like stare at him while he's turning.
Not at all interested, or doesn't react at least. And then a figure of a gem-born dragon falls down as another marionette with a book in its hand.
What's gonna happen?
And all these figures are dancing, a puppet type of dance.
I'll imitate the dance and dance like the puppets.
Sure. Make a performance check, Matilda.
Woo. No, not bad.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. You're keeping up with them. And finally, a figure of Coon, complete with a lute. You'd play the lute, Coon?
Usually the lyre, but I
Okay.
can't play the lute.
Okay, well, it comes down with a lyre then.
As it comes down, I look at it at horror. Is that how short I am? Oh my god. I need to get those 3 inches back.
And all of a sudden, the 4 figures, they stop dancing. And the backdrop of this pageant thing changes, and it comes up with a picture of 3 goats. And the 3 goats look angry with like steam imitated coming from their noses. And then the strange figure clicks it 4 more times, and these 3 rock-type creatures fall from it. And then there's a scene that moves a little bit with these rock creatures chasing around all your characters as you run around. And one of them, the rock creatures, kind of wanders into the back of the goats and looks around dazed as if it's blind, and turns around, and eventually the backdrop kind of drops down to some happy goats walking away from them, and all the marionettes of these rock creatures collapses to the ground, and then it turns a bit more, and the backdrop changes, and the backdrop shows a picture of 4 figures looking at a puppet show up amongst a rocky landscape, and this whole thing takes about 3 minutes, and at the final scene is the background goes blank, and there's a little picture of this pageant wagon falling down from here, and a banner emblazoned with the words "To be continued" unfurls in front of the scene as the curtain closes. The hooded figure, still looking down, he stops cranking. Sorry, somebody was going to say something.
I wanted to give him an applause.
Oh yeah, laughing.
Cheer him a bit. Good show. Thank you.
We
Stops.
forgot Amador, Pollyanna, and Gleam.
He reaches into his long sleeves and he pulls up a tiny little puppet that resembles Idylix, and he hands the puppet to Idylix.
Do I get a look of his face while he hands it to me?
No, just looking down.
Oh. Um, while he is like turning this lever around, I'll like hold my book in front of him and like I would only written hello, but while he's turning, I'll just gently try to poke his shoulder as well.
And while he's doing that, I'll cast message towards Idolux and say, "Have you learned nothing? Give him something in return." Just whisper it.
One thing you would have noticed as well is written kind of. Oh, sorry, no, I got that slightly wrong. He hands you a ticket, and on the ticket is a tiny puppet that resembles Idolix. Sorry, slightly wrong. There's a ticket, and on the ticket is a perfect representation of you. Looks really, really good. And written under this picture of you, it says, "Good for one private audience with Endlin Moongrave. No strings attached."
Okay. I'm gonna trade that ticket with a pair of leprechaun boots, which I got from Astraeus back at the festival.
Mm-hmm. This long, bony hand with fingers much longer than they could be. Hold out and you give him the item?
Yeah.
Vroom. Cool. He reaches in his sleeve again, pulls out another ticket that looks exactly like Astraeus, and hands it out to Astraeus. And the same thing is written on the bottom of it. Good for one private audience with Endlin Moongrave. No strings attached.
I'm gonna just look to the group and just go, I literally have nothing to give.
I'm in response to that ticket, I'm gonna hand him a mechanical sparrow, which I got from Granny Nightshade.
Mm-hmm. He accepts that. And he pulls out 2 more tickets for who didn't get one. Matilda and Kuhn. Once again, perfect little representations of you. And the same words. And you do notice that I'm not sure what each of you's native language would be considered. But if it's not common, if you're more comfortable in another language, then that's the language that it's written in.
Okay, cool.
I'll give him the smoking pipe.
Once again, hand with much too long fingers takes the smoking pipe.
I'll give Astraeus the final sycamore seed that we didn't give away, and I'll give him the golden bodkin that the goats didn't want.
Oh, the goats. Oh, yeah. I thought the golden bodkin was used. Didn't it swallow it, or was that something else? Oh, I swallowed the eye. Swallowed the eye, yeah.
The acorn and the seeds, yeah.
So, which are you using, Strace? Which one do you take?
Well, I've already given the. Well, I didn't give anything.
I thought that was a problem. We still needed one for Strace, didn't we?
Yeah, I gave you the sycamore seed we didn't give away.
Oh, okay.
Idolux gave over 2 things.
So, let's go through it. Matilda, what did you give?
A golden bodkin.
Idolux.
I gave the mechanical sparrow and the leprechaun boots.
So
I guess the leprechaun boots could be for Astraeus.
Okay, and Kuhn?
The smoking pipe made of.
Cool. Okay, with that, he starts walking away with the cart. Dink-a-dink-a-dink.
We're running out of trinkets here, guys.
Oh yeah, maybe when we're resting, we could make something.
We still have the toys from Skabatha.
Yeah, I have 3 more things I can give. The wooden guillotine, the cracked hand mirror, and a hunting trap.
Thank you for the sycamore seed. It seems to be the only thing I have to give. I don't like this rule because they keep giving me things I don't want, and then I have to give something back.
Maybe the next time just give them the things that you didn't want the first time.
But half of what they give me is like not useful and not physical.
Amador pipes up and says, you know, some gifts are not considered physical. You could do a dance. You could sing a song. You could write a poem. Many things are considered gifts, not just the physical.
And I just look at him like, are you serious? And just go, me dance, sing, or write a poem.
Yes.
Coon can get away with those things, but not me. The last time I tried, it wasn't good enough.
Well, we shall see. Lockberry Henge is close. We have a bit of a climb to do. I suggest we press on and not linger. I've already had to deal with Furbolg's astral travelling, a play, and angry goats. I suggest we press on.
Before we leave, I'm just gonna stand in front of Amador, pretty awkwardly looking at him, and I'm gonna write in my book, like, would drawings also count as a gift?
If it is a good drawing, yes.
Okay.
Luckily you found your lost thing there, it looks.
Yeah, I guess I could try to put it to use as well.
Oh, shall we press on then? Says Amador.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, he starts kind of going around this mountain here. So you should go all the way around, the mountain, and eventually get at the top of Lockberry Henge. And Lockberry Henge, top of boulder-strewn plateau contains a circle of 8 megaliths. In the center of the henge, a small checkered board game with stone playing pieces rest on the ground near the dying embers of a campfire. And each of these standing stones is about 20 foot high. And everybody make me a nature check.
Nature check.
Wow. No pressure, Coon. No pressure. I cursed you. Coon, these are definitely rocks. No doubt about it. You can tell they're different. But each of these rocks, it's kind of shown in the artwork as well, are all hewn from a different type of rock. And these are the type of rocks that you see, except for Coon. They're just plain old rocks to Coon. So those are what these monoliths are made from. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Well, I do like rocks, though.
If you stand very still over there, it will look like 9. To me.
What
Can
about the middle one?
Yeah, let's say, can I try to determine what game that is? I'm pretty sure I know, but does Australia?
Yep. Let me just check. Yeah, so you take a closer look at this checkerboard board, and it reveals a game in progress. There's 2 sets of playing pieces. One is made of shale, and the other is made of chalk. And they're sculpted in the forms of tiny correds. The gleam will give you a very... Well, actually, you can see what it is. She tells you that these are correds. And this is what each of the playing pieces looks like. One of those things, like either from shale or chalk. So imagine a shale or chalk version of that. Now, if you would like to study the pieces and how they were arranged, make me an insight check.
Are each of the places on the board pointing at one of the monoliths?
No. So it looks... Yoon can't really make out what's going on. Can Matilda? Matilda, maybe not into these complicated games. So... Just whisper something to you, Astraeus.
That's interesting. Are these current things like alive and moving?
No, they're not moving. But they definitely represent that artwork that I shared. I said one from chalk, one from slate.
Can I move that slate piece?
Mm-hmm. But to make that move that I whispered you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you see Astraeus thinking a little bit, and he goes down and picks up a little slate piece, and he slides it to another position on the board. And as he does that, 2 figures burst out of the chalk one and the slate one. And so you see 2 creatures that look like the ones I showed you. These are very obviously corrid. And one of them is laughing and saying, "Ha ha, yes! I win! I win! I win! I win! I win!" Another one looks like he's chewing on pebbles. He says, "Yes, unfair, you're an outside help." And you see him crunching on pebbles almost. "There's no fair, you had outside help. I would have had you in 2 moves." And the female one says, No. This is all part of the game. Anyway, what is your name, friend? Says this very, this figure made of slate almost. Who made that move? What's your name, friend?
My name is Astraeus, and these are my friends.
Well, my name is Queen Argantel. Pleasure to meet you. Now, and she picks up a lump of rock on the ground, squeezes it tightly between her hands, and you see her hand shaking, little bits of smoke coming from her hand. And she holds out this, it looks almost like a star, and it's made from sapphire, a bright blue gem anyway. And she offers it to you. "Thank you for your winning move, friend."
Oh, thank you very much. Is this reciprocation for me helping you win?
Yes, it is. It's a thank you from me to you for helping me out. So thank you.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
This looks like a star. I really like stars.
Well, Keep it close to you, because this will bring you much luck. And you have a stone of good luck. And you have a stone of good luck. And just out of interest, probably won't matter in this game, but I'll bring it up anyway. It doesn't look like the artwork here is in fact a star sapphire, and it's worth 1,000 gold pieces.
Thank you very much.
That's right. This is the least I could do for such a clever creature.
I thought it was quite obvious, to be honest.
What is that noise? No. And you see both of them, the queen previously happy before and this other one who is grumpy, they start grinding their teeth together and stamping their hooves as a faint sound of pickaxes tap, tap, tap on the stones somewhere close by is carried to them on the wind. Queen Argranto runs to a boulder, picks it up, and hurls it at 100 feet in the noise where she screams, "Death to the Briganox!" And a peal of thunder accompanies a display of anger. Do you know of these cursed Briganox? They should be destroyed for their betrayal. Are you familiar with them? Says the queen.
What's a Briganox?
The Briganox are helping the bitter end build wicked contraptions. They also guard and hide schematic diagrams of wicked new contraptions in their mind. They are helping the bitter end. I cannot stand the noise of the Briganox mining as they craft statues and leave them outside the mine entrance, hoping to frighten. We carve statues outside of their mine entrance, hoping to frighten the Briganox into leaving. But they have not left. They need to leave. They are helping the bitter end. I despise them so.
What do you call it? The bitter end?
The bitter end, yes.
Is that Dandelion, Moongrave?
She lives in the castle up on the mountains. I do not know her name. We call her the bitter end.
That might be her.
Well, if they're working for the... If they work for the bitter end. If you have beef with her, I suggest you talk to the Briganox first. They are in league within her.
And where did you say these Briganoxes were at?
Across the lake.
Across the lake.
No.
Well, we do have some business with this bitter end, as you call her. Perhaps if we help you with the Briganoxes, you can help us out with our issues with the bitter end.
I think we could come to some sort of arrangement then. But you'll need to stop the Briganox and them helping the bitter end. A blow against them will be a blow against her. But if you bring the Briganox to heel, stop them working for her, then we will aid you how we can against the bitter end.
So just stop them working for her.
Yes.
So acceptable, yes, okay. What do you guys think?
Well, we don't want anyone working for her. The less people working for her, the better.
Do we have an agreement? You help us with the Briganox, we'll help you with the bitter end.
We'll look into it. We can't promise anything, but we'll definitely make that our Just a
Why?
like you said.
Why won't you promise? Are you in league with the bitter end as well? Why would you not want to do a blow against her?
We always say we will try our best to do so.
We don't have all the information, so we can't promise that we'll be successful in this and we don't want to be there.
You're using mixed up words, like the bitter end does. Say what you will do and say it plain.
We can promise we will try.
Those are bitter end words. But take the Brickenocks down. Come back, and we will aid you if you do this. Careful with your words, though. Words are very important.
So are oaths.
I will tell you one thing as an act of good faith, although I'm not entirely sure if I trust you. We had a rock elemental creature who managed to infiltrate the mine. And this creature heard several of the blasted Brigganocks talking about a secret tunnel that connects the mine to Motherhorn. But the tunnel is hidden by some type of magic. Are you familiar with Motherhorn?
We've seen it in the distance.
So there's a tunnel, apparently, that connects the Briganock mines to Motherhorn.
If it's protected by magic, I could find it.
We shall see. Forgive my grumpiness. It's just these Briganocks with their cursed beating and picking and things upsets me so. But and that the sounds of the mining falls away. And Creed Argantor says, "Look, I'm sorry. Just with this mining and everything, it gets to me. I'm sorry. It's this place is taking me away from what I should be doing, which is celebrating and dancing and finding the joys in life. I apologize for my rudeness."
That's okay.
And as she says that, several other Corrids come out of it. So for 8 altogether. Each one of them look like they're made from shale, chalk, flint. And I am happy. I am happy that you have offered to do it. I think what we need is a dance. Yes, a dance will lighten up the mood. And with that, all of the Korads, a drum is produced from somewhere, and they all start dancing around. I have a handout for this somewhere.
If there isn't any music, I will try to figure out their rhythm and just play something that's appropriate for them.
There is a rhythm there. It's just a drum, but you can try and use a drum as an accompaniment if you like. Make a performance check.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing a counteract, and the Corrids are enjoying it. And as you're playing, they start dancing around you as well, Kuhn. They like the accompaniment that you're providing. Idolix, Matilda, anybody else? Strays?
It looks no Matilda. I forgot
Who am I?
playing. I guess I'm going to use silent image to create a panther-sized cat or something, and make it look like I'm dancing with the cat. Yeah.
Okay, performance check. Ah, okay. Yeah, dancing around with the cat. They think it's delightful having a kitty cat join them on this, and yeah, dancing around, having a good time. Astraeus?
There's nothing I can do. I'm just going to enjoy what's going on.
As you're enjoying what's coping, Amador says, "Look, Astraeus, this is what I'm talking about. Someone's giving you a dance. They're enjoying the performances your friends are doing. Why don't you join them?"
There's not much I can do in these circumstances.
There is always something you can always try. Go on, have a dance.
I'll
Try
yell
to
over
dance.
to him. Astraeus, you can do it. Just have fun. That's it. And I'll give him bardic inspiration with that.
Okay.
Okay. I shall try to dance.
Okay, make a performance check.
I am now 1+1 better than what I was.
Okay, and the bardic inspiration?
1d
Which is a
if you
D8.
want to use it.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh.
At the start, Astraeus' dancing is like it's in 4/4 time. He's dancing at like 7/8 time or something, just completely off the beat, meeting it. And he gets off beat, tries to get it back, but makes it even worse. But then with the inspiration from Koon, it's looking good, Astraeus. You're getting the hang of the beat. And Amador is delighted, and he kind of grabs your hand as you dance this jig back and forth with Pollyanna buzzing around. And of course, Gleen, she can't help herself either, and she starts dancing around. And finally, Idalux. What is Idalux doing?
Well, I think I'm just gonna cast light in my hand and like raise my hand up and like swing it back and forth like it's some kind of serenade or something.
Okay. So, yeah, it's adding in, almost giving it a disco ball feel, I guess. Yeah, you two can
Yeah.
make a performance check.
Nice.
By the way, did we have any short rest since we fought the goats? We didn't. Right?
Nope.
The puppets didn't count as a short rest.
Nope. That was a 3-minute show was the total length of that show.
I'm out of bardic inspirations until the next short rest.
Yeah, you're offbeat, Idalix.
Yeah, I guess it's not gonna be like a disco ball feeling, but like when when you're at these concerts and there's a slow song playing and everyone's taking up their lighter. I guess it's gonna be something like that instead.
Okay,
Like
sure.
yeah, a slow serenade.
Okay, and as you're dancing, they're kind of looking a little bit side-eyed as Idalix. He's not doing their best job. And they say, "Oh, follow this dance. We'll teach you a trick." And they start doing this intricate little dance on the beats and on the off beats, and you learn how to do the dance. It's an interesting dance. It takes about a minute to perform, but eventually the dance stops, the music stops, and they stop dancing. And the queen comes up to you and says, "Us Corids, you might have heard it. Our hair is everything to us. It's very important to us. We have this special thing that we can do. Watch this." And she does this little dance, and her hair kind of uncurls and forms into this very, very long, 50-foot long rope woven out of its hair. And a kind of falls on the ground, and she says, comes up to Astraeus. Hey, Astraeus, I liked your dancing. Can you just trust me for a moment, please?
Okay.
Okay, I promise this
I-
isn't
I
going
like-
to hurt.
It's fine. I like to always trust people.
And she kind of waves her hands up again, and this 50-foot lock of woven hair goes in and goes and completely entangles Astraeus, and he's restrained. So it's worse than that. Attacks. So if we're restrained, attacks would be at a bonus action. Attacks would be at advantage on him and disadvantage for Astraeus. But then she twists her hand again, and the rope comes off and curls back up into her hair. If you ever come across some corrid here that's been removed from a corrid, which is worse than death, but if you do find some, and if you perform this special dance that I just taught you, you'll be able to turn that hair into a rope, and with that rope, you'll be able to restrain people with it. Just remember the dance.
I will try.
And she teaches all of you except Idylix.
Oh.
She just like puts her back to it.
And just out of note, the DC for doing a suitable enough dance was 14. So Astraeus just made it. Coon, you all just made it. Except for Idylix.
I guess that's kind of fitting, to be honest.
Well, I'm surprised, Astraeus, you did surprisingly well.
Thanks to Coon.
Well,
I'm just sorry I couldn't help Idylux as well. I didn't have anything inspiring to say at the moment.
Like, yeah. I think it looks would, while she's teaching the dance to you guys, it looks is gonna try to tag along, but gonna fail pretty hard. So it's gonna look kind of funny, I guess.
yes. After the dance and things have settled down, and the creatures kind of fall back into their respective rocks, and looks as if they're resting inside of the rocks itself. Amador kind of pulls you aside and says, "Well, it seems as if we have some business with the Briganox, and depending on how things work out, and if what they're saying is true, then we perhaps have a way to sneak into Motherhorn. Whether we want to do that, whether we should do that, is a question for another time. But my question to you is, well, at some point we need to sort out the Briganox and what they're up to. I did mention there is Prince Algarthus, who is in some type of trouble with Enderlin Moongrave. Do we wish to visit the Fey Beacons before we go to the Briganock mines and perhaps onto Motherhorn straight away?
That's probably a good idea. Do you know where the Fey Beacons are?
I
Is that
do.
far from the bridge?
Well, I suggest we rest up here, spend the night here. I mean, we have allies here at least. It would be a good place to rest up, check out the Fey Beacons. I know Algarth's the good person. He might be able to help us, give us some information against Enderlin Moongrave. Then on to Briganox and sort out this dispute between the two of them. What do you say?
I'm almost certain that I could make use of that tunnel. I could find it.
That is
If
good
it's a
news.
if it's a magical being covering it, I could get rid of that.
Excellent.
And I could go down without anyone finding me. So even if everyone goes normally, I could go down the tunnel on my own and no one would know.
Well, that is certainly an option once we get there. But do you wish to visit the Fey Beacons first?
It seems like something we should do.
Okay, so rest up for the night, and tomorrow we will head to the Fey Beacons. And I'm going to show you them on the map, as I need to collect my kids in just a second, just so you can see what the Fey Beacons are. So those are the Fey Beacons. So next week, so take a long rest. You can have a long rest if you want to rest at Lochberry Henge. And then to the Fey Beacons, then to Briganock Mines, and decisions need to be made from there.
Yeah.
Sound good?
Yeah. Good plan.
Okay. Remembers the rule of I think you've got it drilled into you now to take these rules seriously. So, okay, cool. So you take a long rest with Amador, with Gleam, with Pollyanna, and that is where we'll end it for this week because I need to go. Thank you very much, guys.
Yes.
Thanks a lot,
Session.
Malcolm. I won't be here next week.
Yeah, I got that.
I should say that
Tell
as
you
well.
guys as well.
I don't think I'll be here either. I'm going a trip to Hawaii.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's better than my trip. I'm going to Malta, but Hawaii is better than Malta.
Not if you get thrown into a volcano in Hawaii.
Yeah, might happen. You never know. But I'll try to make it when I'm there as well.
Well, should we, if one, potentially two is off, shall we take a break next week? Or
Yeah.
what do you go?
We could postpone a week.
Okay,
Sure,
so
it's fine.
No problem.
let's postpone a week then. And
Okay,
we'll pick it
yeah.
up in 2 weeks. Okay,
Okay.
All right.
cheers, guys.
Alright.
Yeah. See you
See ya.
guys.
Thank
Okay.
you.
See you guys in
Bye.
2 weeks.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Bye.
Bye.
enjoy Hawaii. I'm sure that's going to be great.